Welcome back to Clown's Garage. In this video, I will be doing real brakes on a Nissan Sentra. This is a 2020, so I think from 2020 and up till present, it's a 2025 now, so up until this year, this should be exactly the same. So let's begin. Quickly here, you have 13mm bolts here for the caliper bolts, the slide bolts. You have 17mm for the caliper bracket to the knuckle. The torque spec for the 13mm bolts for the caliper is 32 foot-pounds, and the 17mm bolts, it's 62 foot-pounds. Another quick thing, I went to AutoZone and you can rent this for free. This tool, it's a caliper turning piston tool. So you're going to use the M1, which is on here already, to turn the piston inside this caliper so it could be pushed in. On the driver's side, you have to turn it clockwise to push it in, and on the passenger side, you turn it counterclockwise as you're pushing down to push it in. So I'm going to go ahead and do the job now. So there's a bracket here that holds the e-brake cable. In order to swing that caliper over, you should take these two 13mm bolts off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Now there's a flat spot here on a slide pin. You put an adjustable wrench to hold that in place so it doesn't turn. Then I have a 13mm wrench on the other side and crack that loose. Now same thing in the bottom. Just like that. Top one's off. And the bottom one's off too. Make sure it drops on the floor just like that. And now you could slide this out. Push this over to the side. Now the 17mm on here on this breaker bar. Crack that loose and do the same thing on the top. Alright, take those off. And as you can see here, metal to metal, baby. You can see the rivets. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, so we had a bit difficult time taking this rotor off on the other side, so I'm assuming it's going to be the same on this side. I put a nut over here just to catch this because we'll be banging on this. And spray some coil in here. Now I'm going to beat that rotor like it owes me money. There you go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Woo! So what you gotta do is you put, like I said, the M piece on here, and you have to go counterclockwise. These pins go on these holes on this piston. Line them up. Just like that. And go counterclockwise as you're pushing on it. So I'm going to go ahead and wind that all the way down. Alright, so this is all the way in, pushed in. That's what it's going to look like. This hole here, you should have one at 12 o'clock and one 6 o'clock position. There's a little nipple, like a little nipple here extending. You should line up the nipple. That's so when you put the brake pad in, there's a little divot nipple here that has to go inside that hole. So make sure it just aligns with this hole, with this nipple here. Alright, so I'm just going to sand this face down of the piston a little bit. It's nice and clean. I'm also going to sand these down a little bit. Put some butter sauce, aka fluid film, all over here. By the way, my camera girl is the creator of butter sauce.
True.
I want to give Sally Beans the credit for that. He invented that term how many years ago?
25.
25 years ago. So Big shout out to Sally Beans from Whitestone. So my friend was complaining hearing grinding noise in the back, and check that out. That's like half the size of that new rotor, the thickness of the rotor. Talk about waiting for the last minute, baby. Look at that. This is a new one, this is his. And look at that. So whenever you get parts, make sure you align the parts. They're the same size. This is correct. I'll go ahead and put this on the car. So I flipped it on here, the other way around. I'm just going to spray some brake cleaner on here, just to clean the face of this rotor. Do the same thing on the other side. Also, I'm going to clean these once we're done. So pop these off. These have little springs on here, little clips. So make sure you put the new ones on. And also pop these off because the pads come with new hardware. Now I'm just going to wire wheel these clean where the brackets sit on. And same thing on this side. Before you put the bracket on, I'm going to put some braking caliper grease over here, so no corrosion occurs to push up on these little brackets. Go ahead and do that here too. Now these brackets are all the same, so the flat part, the continuously flat part goes on the inside, and these go over here, just like that. So push these down first, then the back. And the last one. And I also put a little bit of very light coat of brake caliper grease on the brackets themselves. Now these slides, as you can see, it's a little rough going in back and forth. So what I like to do is pop the boot off, pull these out, clean this. Use some brake parts cleaner to clean that. And also, I like to spray some in here, brake parts cleaner. Now if this is pitted or rusted, try wire wheeling it clean. If it's really bad though, just get new ones. Now put some brake caliper grease on here. Not too much, just a light film. Now go ahead and put this back in. As you can see, look how easy that is going back and forth. So I'm doing the same thing on this side. Alright, now put the clips on the new pads. They go just like that. You can also just follow what the old pads look like and make sure they're on the same way. So let's go ahead and put all the clips on. Alright, so I put a nut here to hold the rotor in place. Now this goes in over here. Now go ahead and tighten this down to 62 foot-pounds. And that's good. So the one with the sensor goes in the back. And let me put this one in first here. You put these in an angle. So what you do is like that. You push them in. And as you push them in, these should go right in. Just like that. Okay, same procedure on the back side. Okay, now to put this on, squeeze in the slide pins as you're putting this on, and it should fit Right on. Just like that. Okay, that one caught. I'm gonna catch the bottom one. And that one caught. Okay, now I'm going to torque this down to 32 foot-pounds. And we're done. Now put the bracket in. And that's how you do real brakes on a Nissan Sentra. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like me, and share me. See ya!